Hi, I'm Erin. Thank you so much for joining me for yoga today. I'm coming to you from La Carolina Lodge in beautiful Costa Rica. We are situated somewhere between a couple of volcanoes near Volcano Tenorio. And I thought this beautiful swim dock in front of the river was a great place to practice today, so I hope you enjoy it too. Let's go ahead and get started in a child's pose. So come onto your shins, bring your knees wide, bring your big toes to touch. Start to walk the hands forward and walk the hips back. Working the hips toward the heels, forehead toward the mat. Inhale through the nose, fill all the way up. Exhale, let it go through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose, fill all the way up. Little pause at the top. Close the lips and exhale through the nose. Continue to lengthen and deepen each inhale and each exhale. Find a slight constriction to the back of the throat, deepening into our Ujjayi breath. One more deep inhale and exhale here in child's pose. From here, start to press up onto all fours, coming into tabletop position, aligning the head with the spine, shoulders stacking over the wrists, hips stacking over the knees, tops of the feet flat to the floor. Inhale, release belly toward the floor. Lift through the crown of the head and lift through the tailbone, coming into cow pose. And as we exhale, we'll draw the tailbone down toward the floor. Lift and separate the shoulder blades, draw chin toward chest, gaze toward navel center. With your own breath at your own pace, inhale to cow, and then exhale, round into cat. Just warming up the front and back side of the body, starting to loosen up the spine. One more of each. Inhaling to cow, exhaling to cat. The inhale returns us to a neutral tabletop position. Let's extend the left leg straight out behind us, all 10 toes point down toward the floor. Start to swing the left leg to the right, keeping the toes tucked under, placing the foot on the floor, and then bumping the hips to the left as we gaze toward the left toes and left heel. And come back towards center, release back to tabletop position. Extend the right leg straight out behind us, all 5 toes point down toward the floor, lift up out of the shoulders, and start to swing the right foot to the left. Tuck the toes under, place the foot on the floor, bump the hips to the right, and look toward the left, gazing out toward the toes. Come back towards center, release back into tabletop position. Let's take a spinal twist. For thread the needle, inhale the right arm high, and exhale, thread the right arm behind the left, come onto right shoulder and right ear. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, unwind. Exhale, release tabletop position for the other side. Inhale, left arm high. Exhale, left arm threads behind the right. Come on to left shoulder and left ear. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, unwind. Exhale, tabletop position. Making our way to downward facing dog. Tuck the toes under, lift the hips high up and back, release the heels toward the floor. Feet are in line with the hips, heels disappear behind the toes, quads are nice and engaged. If the hamstrings or calves are feeling tight, bend the knees. Hands are just a smidge wider than shoulder distance apart. Press into the palms of the hands. Start to rotate the biceps toward the ears, broadening through the upper back. Keep all tension out of the neck. Head is hanging nice and heavy. Feel free to find movement in downward facing dog if that's what the body is asking for here. Or feel free to find stillness. Always, if downward facing dog starts to feel like a little too much work in the arms or the legs, feel free to come into a child's pose. One more, inhale and exhale here. Look toward the hands and start to walk the feet to the front of the mat. Bring feet to hip distance apart. Bend the knees a lot. Rest the torso on the thighs. Take opposite hand toward opposite elbow. Let the head dangle, looking back between the legs. Once again, feel free to find movement here. We can sway side to side if that feels good. We can bend and straighten one leg at a time. Or we can hang heavy and just let gravity do its work. Starting to lengthen the spine. The weight of the head is tractioning the spine, providing a little more space between each vertebra. One more breath here. Release hands to the earth. You can keep the feet at hip distance apart or heel toe the feet together. Then we're gonna slowly round the spine as we come all the way to a stand. We're just stacking each vertebra one at a time. The arms are really heavy, like big weights. The head is gonna come up last. And then let's find mountain pose at the top of the mat. So again, feet are either hip distance apart or feet are together, a little sliver of space between the heels, bringing the feet, sides of the feet parallel to the mat. Roll the shoulders down and away from the ears. Draw the tailbone down toward the floor. Nice tight legs, tight core. Palms face out, fingers face down. Triceps are engaged. And we elongate through the back of the neck by lifting through the crown of the head. On the next inhale, keep the legs and torso just as they are, and just simply reach the arms up overhead. Find a little spiral of the pinky fingers in, and if the shoulders have crunched up by the ears, draw them down. Inhale here. And as we exhale, take the right fingers around the left wrist and side bend to the right. Gaze can be up or down at the floor. And again, feet can be together or at hip distance apart. Just that left shoulder in line with the left hip. One more full breath here. Inhale. Let the exhale draw you a little bit deeper, bumping those hips to the left. And then inhale, rise back up, tall mountain. Exhale, encircle the right wrist with the left fingers and side bend to the left. That left shoulder in line with the left hip. Quads are engaged, core is engaged. We're drawing the belly button back toward the spine. And gaze is up or down, whatever is more comfortable for the neck. Inhale. And exhale, come a little bit deeper. Inhale, come all the way back up. Tall mountain. Exhale, cactus the arms. Pull the elbows down toward the mat, lift the chest, lift the gaze. Inhale, rise back up to tall mountain. And then on the exhale, this time with a flat back, reach the arms off to the side, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Again, the knees can be bent. We just want a nice, long, straight spine. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift monkey pose. Fingertips on the floor, shins or thighs. Legs can be bent, just want a nice flat back. Take an inhale here. Exhale, forward fold. Breath to movement, this time on the inhale, come up with a flat back, sweeping the arms up off to the side, up overhead. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale, cactus the arms, lift gaze. Inhale through center. Exhale, forward fold, hinging at the hips, reaching the arms off to the side. Inhale, monkey. Exhale, forward fold. One more time, inhale, breath to movement at your pace. Exhale, side moon to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale, side moon to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale through center. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, monkey. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands, step back to high plank. Feet in line with the hips, shoulders directly over the wrists. Draw that tailbone down, engage through the core. Belly button back towards spine. Inhale. Exhale, modification for plank is to take the knees to the floor. One more inhale. Exhale, look past your fingertips, hinge forward. Elbows stay in, come all the way down onto the mat. Tops of the feet flat to the floor. Take the hands out wide, come up onto the fingertips. Inhale, lift the chest off the floor. Exhale, look to the right. Left shoulder comes in. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, look to the left. Right shoulder comes in. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, release, forehead to the floor. Hands come underneath the shoulders, elbows stay in. Inhale, lift the chest off the floor for cobra. Hold here, Bhujangasana pose. Take those hands, lift them off the floor. Inhale, exhale, forehead to the floor. Tuck the toes under, press up through tabletop or plank. Inhale, exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, take the right leg high. Extend that right foot straight out behind, toes toward the floor. And instead of lifting too high and hiking up that right hip, just start to press that foot further back behind us. And then exhale, draw knee toward nose and step through into low lunge. Place the left knee on the floor. Bring hands up onto the knee, interlace fingers on top of the thigh. Press into the hands and start to lift through the chest. Inhale. Exhale. Sweep the arms up overhead or keep them on the thigh for a little more support. And then draw the hands to heart center and twist to the right. Left elbow hooks to the outside of the right knee. Thumbs draw towards sternum. Sternum draws toward thumbs. Shoulders away from the ears. Exhale. Inhale. Release from the twist. Extend the arms up overhead. Exhale. Hands to the floor. Lift the knee, back knee off the floor. And then take the left foot in about a foot. Place the heel to the floor and start to extend that right leg towards straight. Come up to a halfway lift so we have a nice flat back. And once again, if this is too much on the right hamstring, just bend the leg. Try to keep right hip drawing back, left hip drawing forward. Take one more breath. And exhale, return to low lunge. Inhale, three-legged dog. And then this time, exhale, open the hip, bend the leg. Let the foot release toward the floor. And draw that right shoulder in line with the left. And inhale, extend the right leg long. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts. Once again, keep that left hip in line with the right and start to press the ball of the foot straight out behind you. Want a really nice, long, extended leg. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Step that left foot through, low lunge. Release the right knee down toward the floor. And then interlace fingers, flip the palms of the hands onto the left thigh, and start to press the hands into the thigh, lifting through the crown of the head. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, sweep those arms up overhead. Pinky fingers spiral in, shoulders away from the ears. Then draw the hands toward the heart. We're gonna twist from the base of the spine and start to reach that right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Maybe we get that hook, and then draw the sternum toward the thumbs, thumbs toward the sternum. Inhale and wind from the twist. Ooh, lost my balance. Lift those arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to the floor. Lift your right knee off the floor and then walk that right foot in about a foot, maybe even a little bit more. Right heel releases to the floor. Right foot is out at a 45-degree angle. And start to straighten through the left leg. It's okay if it's not straight. Draw the left hip back, right hip forward, and come up to a halfway lift, if possible. If you have blocks, you can be on blocks. And rest the hands on the shin. The left hip back, right hip forward. Two hips are level. Inhale. Pyramid pose. Exhale. Step back. Low lunge. Inhale, left leg high. And this time we'll open the hip. And bend the leg. Draw that left shoulder in line with the right. Try and avoid letting it hike up. Straighten out the legs, square off the hips, and downward facing dog. Look forward toward the front of the mat. Inhale, step or float forward. Forward fold. With feet together or hip distance apart, we're coming into Utkatasana chair pose. If the low back has any issues and it's uncomfortable in chair pose, take the feet to hip distance apart. Inhale, hips low, arms high. Pause here. Just building a little bit of heat in the hips. Lift those fingertips up. Lower the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale. Exhale. You got this. Another breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, monkey. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step back, plank pose. With knees lifted or on the floor, exhale, chaturanga, elbows stay in. Shift forward, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Or return to cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. One more, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, low lunge. Walk that back foot in, same as we did in preparation for pyramid pose, left heel to the floor. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, lower the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale. Exhale, hands behind the back. Inhale, press the fists down. Exhale, humble warrior. Right elbow, right shoulder comes to the inside of the right knee. Head hangs heavy, gazes back toward the back heel. One more breath. Exhale. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, hands to the floor. Come back to low lunge. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, step through, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. So this time the heel stays lifted off the floor. Find that 90-degree angle in the front leg. Shoulders are stacked right over the hips. One more inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale. And exhale, archer's arms. So we're gonna start to draw that left hip in line with the right hip. Both hands out in front. Make fists and rest the thumbs on top of the tops of your fists. Inhale, draw the left elbow back, open through the hips. Exhale, square off the hips. Find some resistance in the arms. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale. And this time inhale all the way to warrior two. Palms face down. Fingers extend. Exhale. Inhale, stay low in that front leg. Reverse warrior. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, step back plank, or one-legged plank, one-legged shot. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. You can keep your right leg lifted is what I'm trying to say. And vinyasa. All right. Screwed that one up a little bit. You know where we're going on the other side now. So inhale, the left leg high. Exhale, step through. And then walk that back foot in. Place the back heel on the floor in preparation for warrior one. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, sink into that front knee. Try to square off those hips. Left hip back, right hip forward. Pinky fingers spiral in, shoulders away from the ears, shoulders stacked right over the hips. Inhale here. Exhale, hands behind the back, interlace the fingers. Inhale, press the fists down, lift the gaze, and then exhale. Left shoulder to the inside of left knee for humble warrior. Once we come into this position, lifting the fists up and over the back of the head, relax the head so the gaze is back at the back heel. That left hip sneaks back or up. Draw it back in line with the right hip. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. And exhale, hands to the floor, step back, low lunge. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. This time the back heel is lifted off the floor, shoulders are lowered away from the ears, reach through the fingertips. Inhale here, exhale, warrior two. Open through the hips, lower through the shoulders, gaze out across the front fingertips. Inhale here, and then exhale, moving into archers. I'm gonna square that right hip as much as we can forward. Both arms forward, make fists, thumbs on top of the fists. Inhale, open up. Exhale, extend. Inhale, draw it back, nice strong arms. Exhale, release. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, open up to warrior two. Exhale here. Inhale, reverse warrior, stay low in that front leg. Exhale, low lunge. All right, here we go. Step back to plank, Ekapada Chaturanga option. Keep that left leg lifted, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, left arm forward. Exhale, draw it back. Inhale, extend. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, half moon. Inhale. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, three-legged dog. And now exhale, Ekapada Chaturanga, optional, or place that right foot on the floor. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's flow on the other side. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, both arms forward. Make your fists. Exhale, draw it back. Inhale, extend. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, half moon. Inhale here. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, Ekapada Chaturanga optional, or place that left foot on the floor. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, look toward the front of the mat. Exhale, step or float feet to the outside of the hands. Lower tailbone toward the floor, hands to the heart. Lower the shoulders away from the ears, lift through the crown of the head. Malasana. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift the hips, bring the torso parallel to the floor. Exhale, lower down. Two more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, both arms up overhead. Hold here. One more breath. Place hands on the mat at hip, shoulder distance apart. Walk those feet back. Tuck them behind the triceps or armpits. And lift the feet off the floor. Bakasana crow pose. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And then exhale, jump back optional into Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg high. Look toward the hands. Little hop with your left foot. About 2 feet forward. All the way to the hands. Lift that right leg high. Jiva squat. Just working the hips here. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, come up to crescent lunge. Exhale, airplane pose. Sweep the arms back, bring the leg parallel to the earth. Shoulders away from the ears. Inhale here. Exhale, airplane lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, revolved crescent, hands to heart. Right elbow to the outside of left knee. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, Ekapada Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. I'm so happy to hear and see people enjoying the little river swimming hole. Inhale. Exhale. Lift the left leg high. Look toward your hands. Bend your right leg 2 hops forward. One to the middle of your mat. One toward the hands. That left leg a little bit higher. And Jiva squat. Tuck it in. Inhale, lift. Whoa, tuck it in. Inhale, lift. Step it back, low lunge. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Exhale, airplane. Inhale. Exhale, airplane lunge, step back. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, revolved crescent, hands to heart. Left elbow, right knee. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, right leg high, Ekapada Chaturanga option. Exhale, shift forward, lower down. Right foot stays lifted. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. It is so humid here. I am dripping sweat. It feels good. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, half pigeon. Take the hands behind the back for chest expansion. Inhale, lift. Hold here, working on our spinal strength, getting those shoulders right over the hips. And exhale, lower down, sleeping pigeon. Inhale here. Exhale. And just one more breath here and now. Exhale. Come all the way up. We're going to sweep the left leg up and around, working toward full pigeon pose. So right shin is going to come parallel to the front of the mat. Left shin is going to stack on top of the right. Working that left ankle over the right knee over the left ankle. So two shins stacked. It's also called fire log pose. Toes are flexed back toward the knees. If your knee is way up here like this, that's fine. Just start pressing it, feeling that stretch your outer hip. If your knee is all the way to your ankle, you're feeling pretty flexible back here and you want even more, just start to walk your hands forward. If we're folded forward, come all the way up. We're gonna take that right knee toward the left knee toward the right heel. Left shin to the floor, right hand out behind, and then start to lift the hips. Just a little stretch here. You can sweep the arm back and the head back if that's comfortable on the neck. And release. Keep your right shin parallel toward parallel with the front of the mat, and then bring that left leg back for cradle the baby. So now we're going to take the shin off of the other shin and cradle it in the arms. So you have a bunch of options here. You can take the leg in both elbows and cradle it like so, or you can wrap the elbows around the knee and the foot, interlace fingers. You can even just hold the foot out here if this is where we're at today. All right, start to sit up tall. Shoulders over the hips. Lower the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale. Exhale. And feel free to find some movement. You can rock the legs side to side or up and down or in and out. Stay connected to the breath in your body. Good. And then we're going to release that left leg. We're going to make our way into boat pose, extending the legs up, bent or straight, hands holding the back of the thighs or extended forward. That chest lifted. Continue to breathe. If you need a break, bring your heels down toward the floor, bring the hands to the back of your thighs. We're just building some core strength. We're not doing any movement today, just holding Navasana, so keep holding it and keep breathing. Last breath. Inhale. And exhale. Cross the ankles. Step or hop back through high plank chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Hold here. Just stretch out our core. Stretch out our hips. Downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, half pigeon. Spine strengthening first. Interlace the hands behind the hips. Lift. Working the shoulders right over the hips if possible. Extending through the crown of the head. And release. Last breath. Back up onto the hands. Draw that right leg forward. Stack that right shin on top of the left. Right ankle to left knee. Right knee to left ankle. Toes flex back toward the knees. Spine nice and tall. Shoulders over the hips. And sit here. If the knee is really lifted off of the ankle, just start to gently, slowly press it down. You're just building flexibility here. Side might be really different. Your fire log pose might look really different. As long as we have a nice tall spine and we're just working that knee down. If the knee is already down, hips are flexible, you can always walk the hands forward, getting a little bit deeper into the outer right hip. If we did fold, unfold, take the right knee to the left heel, right shin to the floor, top of the foot flat to the floor, left hand out behind the left hip, just open it up. Lift up, press the hips forward. Option to reach that arm up toward the sky or back. Release. Come into cradle the baby. Keep the left shin where it is. Bring that right shin back. And again, take the calf into both elbows. Elbows around knee and foot. Sole of the foot. Hands interlace. Or left hand to left foot. Right hand to right knee. Just stay lifted and tall wherever you are. And then maybe find a little bit of movement here. We can rock the legs side to side, lift that foot up and down, draw that shin toward the chest. Listen to the body, respond to what it's needing. If it means to back off or go deeper, follow suit. All right, release. Moving toward our final postures of class, we're gonna take compass pose from here. So keep the left shin on the floor, draw the hip a little bit, or the heel a little bit closer to the hip. And then we're gonna walk the right hand underneath the right leg. Place that hand onto the floor and start to hike this right knee up over the back of the right shoulder. Okay, so get a nice sturdy placement of the hand on the mat. Take your left hand flip it so the thumb faces down, palm faces out, and take hold of the outside of the right foot. Slowly start to extend the right leg towards straight. Maybe this is where we stop today, okay? We want to go a little bit deeper. We start to reach the left arm up and over. Head comes underneath the left arm. Maybe look toward the left. I just got a peek of a beautiful butterfly flying behind me. Wherever you are in compass pose, take one more breath. All right, we're all primed and ready to go for Astavakrasana, an arm balance known as crooked in 8 places, if you're not saying it in Sanskrit. So it's a pretty complex arm balance, but surprisingly not as difficult as other arm balances, so maybe try it out. So we're gonna take the hands, both hands onto the floor, and we're gonna take that left ankle now, or the left foot, and cross it over the right foot. So it's resting on top of the right foot. I'm gonna work those hands toward about shoulder distance apart. Fingers are spread nice and wide. And from here, start to rock the hips off the floor. We're gonna extend the legs to the right and bring the chest toward the floor. Okay, so we have chaturanga arms. Head is in line with the spine. Gaze is at the floor. Legs are tightly wrapped around the right upper arm, right tricep, bicep. And then slowly lower down. Good, let's take compass and Astavakrasana on the other side. So we're gonna bring our right shin to the mat, right heel toward left hip. We're gonna take your left hand and reach it underneath the left leg. So left leg is bent, foot flat to the floor. Place the palm of the hand onto the floor and then start to walk the left knee up over the back of the left arm as high as you can get it. The higher you can get it, the more of an advantage you're at. All right, from here, we're gonna extend that right arm forward, flip the hand, thumb faces down, palm faces out. Take the right hand to the outside of the left foot. Find a nice tall spine and start to extend the left leg to the left. Okay, maybe this is where we stop today. If possible, we continue to work the legs straight and we open that right shoulder and maybe look out underneath the right arm. Side's a little bit tighter for me, so that's okay. Just working the pose. And release from compass. We're gonna prepare ourselves for Astavakrasana, crooked in 8 places. All right, so I'm gonna keep that left leg lifted. We're gonna take that right foot, wrap it over the left. Okay, so this is preparing us for that squeeze of the left upper arm. Work the hands in so they're at about shoulder distance apart. Press the feet together. Okay, we're gonna rock the hips off the floor. We did some boat pose to warm up our core. So let's take a little core strength, lift the hips off the floor, a nice long spine, and then we're gonna shoot the legs to the left. Squeeze the upper arm, hinge forward like we're doing chaturanga. Squeeze the legs. Head in line with the spine, gazing at the floor. Breathe. Smile. Breathe. And release. Good. All right, let's stretch it out in a child's pose. Actually, before that, just take some rolls of the wrist. Good. Now let's take a child's pose. And press the hips back, arms forward, right where we began. So just take a few moments and notice how you feel different now than you did at the beginning of your class. Maybe a little stronger, maybe a little more open, definitely a little more tired, but hopefully a little more energized. Good. And come all the way through onto our back. Just gonna close our class with some twists. Happy baby and Shavasana. So come all the way down. Let's take happy baby first. So continue to let the knees continue to travel in. Separate the legs. Take the feet from the outside, inside. Big toes, shins, ankles. Press the tailbone down, shoulders down to the mat, and then rock side to side, just massaging out the spine. Draw the knees in. Supine twist to the right. Release knees to the right, gaze to the left. So you can stack your knees, you can stagger your knees, you can stack right foot on top of left knee, whatever is comfortable. Back towards center, knees to the left, gaze to the right. Release from twist, knees to chest. Shavasana. Legs long, feet ball open. Palms face up, fingers relaxed. Take a nice deep inhale through the nose, fill all the way up. Let it go through the mouth. Soften here. Release any tension that we're holding on to. Release control of the breath. Just feel your body melting into the floor. I invite you to stay in Shavasana, listening to the sound of the river and the birds. When you're ready, you'll slowly release and make your way up to a seat. Today, as you go forward, may you have peace in your thoughts, peace in your words, and peace in your hearts. Namaste.